Alright, so I have a little time, so I'm just going to make a few videos really quick. And another one I wanted to show was incorporating Hebrew again into homeschool. So there's a book that I've shown before of when my daughter was doing vocabulary words, and it was this book here. And it's just like a textbook. It's a textbook that my husband had to use for school in his Hebrew class or whatever. So um, it just goes over, all of the biblical Hebrew, the grammar, and all of that different type of stuff. But along with this textbook comes with um, a workbook, and this here. So as you go through the textbook, you can do some workbook things, worksheets out of here. So of course, like in the beginning, it's just having you practice writing the letters and things like that. And as you continue, it gets, of course, a little bit more difficult as time goes on, and just some vocabulary words and things like that. What we usually do out of here is, I'm trying to find one that we've done. Okay, here's one. What we would do is get the vocabulary. Okay, so these are Bible verses. They're in Hebrew, and we would try to translate it in English, and just based on the words, we try to find all the familiar words that we know, and going chapter by chapter, we already know some of the words and things like that, and the forms and all that. So we try to translate it. They give you the chapter and verse here. So first we try to translate it without that. We try to do as many words as we know. We try to figure it out to the best of our ability. Sometimes if we don't know a word, in the back of the actual workbook, textbook, there's a dictionary back here. So you can look back here for some of the words that you don't know and try to figure it out and add it in as you go. And then once we're done with translating all of the Hebrew, we go into the Bible, and since it has the chapter and verse, we look at it and see how wrong we were, how right we were, or whatever. So this is just something maybe to do with the older children. Yeah, so this is just something that we do. My daughter usually does this. Most of the time I help, and when I say, I don't mean help, because when we do it together, we're working together, we're doing it together, because we're on the same level when it comes to this. She probably knows a little bit more than I do. So we do this and we work together. Sometimes we'll have my husband check it later, and sometimes if he doesn't know some of the things, we'll all look at it and go refer back to the Bible and look it up and try to figure it out. So that's something that we do. With that, I think that textbook and workbook is a good way of, just kind of understanding the Hebrew and just trying to have it worked out. So I think that's a good thing to do with maybe some of your older children. Yeah, you can do that. So another thing that we do is we have these Jenga pieces. What in the world? We have these Jenga pieces. And if you don't know what Jenga is, it's just like you have all these blocks and you build them up, you stack them up, and then you pull a little piece out, and hoping that it doesn't tumble down. So yeah. So as we play that game, when we build it all up and we pull the little pieces out, we look at the word. My husband engraved the words into the blocks, and so when we pull it out, we look at the Hebrew word, we say what it is, and then we try to figure it out. Oh, what is it? Like, we'll look and say, what is it? Okay. And so, yeah, and then what the answer is on the back. So this would be a call. So a call, what is a call? Oh, to eat. Is that right? Yeah, a call. So that would be to eat. So we try to figure it out. And you're like, oh, a call. What's that? Oh, to eat. Okay. And then we do that over and over. So as we pull them out, we look at the Hebrew word hala. Oh, hala. Oh, to be sick. Okay. So yeah, we just do that. That's a fun way for all the kids to do it. Of course, my young boys don't know. They know all the letters and things like that, but they don't know how to like just look at it and completely read it yet. So yeah, that's something but it's still something good. It's practice for them. So we do that. And of course, you don't have to, engrave it in here, but that's just something that my husband insisted on doing. You can easily just write it with a pencil marker or Sharpie or whatever. But this is just something that we do, and the kids like to do it. It's fun and just simple. And it's just another way just to incorporate the Hebrew in there and keep that fresh in their minds and keep it in there. So, yeah. Those are just a few things that we do. Of course, there's many different ways that you can incorporate it into homeschool, especially for just the same way that you would use different things to incorporate English words into homeschool. Same thing for Hebrew. So any fun games and things. I thought I would just share this as a way to give you any ideas and maybe spark up something, and you can tweak it and fit it into however you want to do it. So yeah, I just thought I would share. I'm out of breath. I'm just rambling. So, yeah. Shalom.